Back on politics, because that is also an area of very high interest among market men. Aditi Phadnis, consulting editor, Business Standard, is now joining us. Aditi, good morning. Now, the view the market wants to understand is what shape could the Modi 3.0 cabinet take? What are your thoughts on even the swearing in got delayed by a day, though? What are your thoughts in that direction?
Well, first of all, swearing in did not get delayed because the date was never mentioned by anyone authoritative. We now understand that the swearing in will take place on 9th, not on 8th, as was previously speculated. So I don't think the delay is on account of anything wrong with the way the coalition is working. Uh, where the I mean, we can speculate about the formation of the union cabinet, but now things are changed and there are important berths that alliance partners want. Uh, I mean, it's quite pointless because we could be proved wrong in the next 2 or 3 days. Talks are still on, so we should wait to see what kind of a cabinet or council of ministers is put in place. The one thing that I want to point out is there is a lot of fear and apprehension about the stability of this government because the BJP does not have the numbers on its own, and there is a lot of widespread speculation that the government may not complete its full term because if the alliance partners pull out, it will fall. I just want to say that realpolitik does not indicate anything of the sort. For instance, Nitish Kumar with the Janata Dal United with 12 MPs is dependent and has a relationship to stay stable to keep the Bihar government afloat. So if Nitish Kumar rocks the boat at the center, the BJP can rock his boat in Bihar. It's now a symbiotic relationship, and in a perverse kind of a way, is more stable than before because both have an interest in instability. I don't think Chandrababu Naidu, who is actually one of the original reformers on the Indian policy scene, would like to rock the boat, although there is no, I mean, his government is quite stable and quite well established in Andhra Pradesh. But I think for him, the biggest biggest priority will be to make sure that Andhra Pradesh continues to develop and it's all a mess. There's no capital, there's no idea about what is the how it's going to be governed. So I think he will ride on the back of the welfare schemes that Jagannath Reddy has launched, but I don't think he will add to them. He will develop infrastructure in a way that Andhra Pradesh has probably not seen before. So, ideas about stability, which are rocking the markets, and fears about an unstable alliance, are, I think, fears rather than the reality.
Sure. Aditi, the other chatter in equity markets and the economic circles is also whether reforms are likely to get derailed or sort of slowed down because of a coalition government. What are your thoughts on the same?
Today, Business Standard has done a CEO's poll, and they are not fearing a slowdown of reform. They are, in fact, asking the CEOs are asking the government to step up on employment and step up on inflation control, that is. So, I don't think reforms are going to be derailed, barring some stray uh, worries about divestment and privatization. But before the election, I heard the finance minister say that she was very bullish on privatization and divestment. We have to see if that will have the same kind of pace. But this much is true that issues of reform which are dependent on the states, like, for instance, the amendment in the Electricity Act, which many state governments, including silently some BJP state governments, have expressed reservations on. This amendment will enable more discoms to be, I mean, private sector discoms to be operational in the power distribution sector, which is the least reformed in our country of all the power sectors. So things like that, power sector, as you know, is a monopoly. I mean, is a big cash cow for state governments, and there are worries that the government may introduce ways in which discoms might set up parallel entities in the state governments, bypassing the state governments. So that will have its own implication on power tariffs and so on. So all these things will now have to be done after much more consultation. And it's not, I mean, earlier you could do it uh, without consultation. You just went ahead with it, and that created problems of a different kind in its stead. We've seen what happened to the land reform laws and the farming laws. So it's best to have consultation, and that is what the people of India have voted for.
Aditi, for joining in and sharing with us your thoughts.